Hello students of Standard 9, this is Moshmi Madam and I'll be dealing today with the first chapter of environmental application, that is introduction to our environment. So basically when it comes to environment, it means surrounding of an organism. It includes both living and non-living components of our total surroundings. So environment definition means the sum total of all the forces, materials and influences around us at a particular point of time and place. So basically environment consists of the biotic and abiotic components. The biotic or living consists of your plants, animals and microbes. The abiotic components includes your soil, air, water, temperature, rainfall as the non-living components. So why we need to study all this? This is highly essential in order to study the various interrelationship between the living and the non-living components of our ambience or atmosphere, lithosphere and hydrosphere. So in that case, this study is known as ecology. Ecology is a subdiscipline of biology that says study of life. It is also known as autology, which was coined in 1866 by the German scientist Ernst Haeckel, and he defined ecology as a scientific study of the relationship between the living organism with respect to each other and their natural environment. I repeat, ecology is the scientific study of the relationship that the living organisms have with each other and their natural environment. Now, why we need to study ecology? Study of ecology is highly essential in order to study the life processes or adaptations. For example, a polar bear, it needs to have a thick fur to adapt to the extreme cold climate, whereas in deserts you will find out the cactus have cuticles in order to prevent transpiration and loss of water. That is life process and adaptations. Then it is highly essential to study the presence of organisms. If I say which organisms, you will find it out in your deserts, you say camel, etc., because camels are generally found in the desert regions. Similarly, if I ask you where you will find the polar bears, you will say it is in the cold extreme climate, that is Arctic regions. Then you need to study ecology in order to study the energy flow. For example, we all need energy to work, so we derive the energy from the food we eat, that is food chain or food web. That study is necessary and it will be studied under ecology. It is also necessary to study the movement of materials and energy through living communities. It helps us in studying the successional development of ecosystem throughout by various stages, how slowly a desert turns to be a grassland with the presence of various abiotic features. Then it also helps us in studying the abundance and distribution of biodiversity or presence of biodiversity, the relationship between them. Or for example, plants and animals are interdependent among themselves. Some like plants are dependent on animals for carbon dioxide, whereas animals are dependent on plants for their food. So this is the reason why ecology is important. After that, we will study the ecosystem definition. Ecosystem is a self-regulatory, self-sustaining, structural and functional unit of biosphere. As we already know, biosphere means it consists of three spheres: atmosphere, lithosphere and hydrosphere. So the self-regulatory and self-sustaining means it can manage on its own. So structural means it consists of both biotic and abiotic features, which we have studied here. The next one, the last, is your functional unit. That means study of energy, food chain, food web, etc., which we will study in details in lesson number 5, that is study of ecology or basic ecology. Here only definition is required. So I repeat, the definition of ecosystem is it is a self-regulatory and self-sustaining structural and functional unit of biosphere. After that, today we will study the various type of ecosystem categories are your natural ecosystem and artificial. When it comes to natural ecosystem, they are maintained by nature, and when it comes to artificial, they are under human care. If it is natural ecosystem, you can know the examples like forest ecosystem, desert ecosystem, grassland ecosystem, marine and pond ecosystem. When it comes to artificial, it is for example your zoological parks, botanical gardens, aquariums, etc. This will come as a definition as well as a difference, like differentiate between natural and artificial ecosystem. You will write down the definition and give 2 examples of it. After that, as you know from bio, that cells of similar functions combine to form tissues forms organ forms organ system, and finally they lead to organism. In environment, we will study how these organisms together combine to form population, Various types of population combine to form community. Various communities lead to formation of biome, and it leads finally to the formation of biosphere. And you know the terms flora and fauna. Flora refers to the total number of plants, and fauna refers to the total number of animals. This is the definition you are having, and this much is there in your first chapter. Next we'll move to the second chapter in the next video. Thank you.